Julie Durda is here with a look at your forecast. Hey, Julie.
Hi, Alex and Andrew. Back to school forecast looking good, shining bright like a diamond out there. It's just hot and humid. But you know what, Miami-Dade students and administrators, we're no strangers to the forecast. For you in Broward County, similar conditions as well. Lower 80s will get you out the door as we get into the next couple minutes. You'll be noticing, though, with those mostly dry conditions and that sunshine, it feels much warmer to the skin. Live look outside from our Miami Tower Cam. Feels like temperatures in the 90s in Miami, 87 Fort Lauderdale. We have 97 in Key West. Now, afternoon, though, we are expecting our heat indices to be close to meeting heat advisory criteria, but we're not there yet. 103 to 105 degrees, and there could be some inland sea breeze storms. Let's go to the tropics. We are watching Tropical Storm Erin. Again, the system has winds of 50 miles per hour, expected to head westward at 17 miles per hour, becoming Category 1 hurricane by tomorrow.
South Florida, we're taking a look at your roads. Let's see, right here, you are looking at the Don Shula Expressway. This right here is moving really slow because you have an accident on your roads. This is as you approach, or this is going northbound as you approach Southwest 72nd Avenue. Let's take a look right here. It's just after the turnpike where we're seeing those delays. You do have a left lane block, which is why you're seeing all of that red right there. The good news is once you get past it, it starts to clear up a little bit, but if you'd like to avoid it, you can take the Palmetto Expressway. Let's take you to another area. We're seeing some delays here. These are pretty heavy too. This is going southbound on 95 as you approach the Golden Glades interchange. So as you cross over Iversbury Road, you're seeing all of that red, and it continues to be red through the Golden Glades interchange. So if you'd like to avoid this, you can take 441. I'll leave you with some drive times. Broward County, you guys are accident free. 595 going eastbound. It'll take you about 15 to 8 minutes to get you where you need to go. Be safe out there. Buckle up.
Julie, with our forecast on this Thursday morning, this back to school week, Julie, has officially, well, almost officially come to an end. All the kiddos are back.
Yup, and look, temperatures this morning in the lower 80s. We are feeling like the 90s out there for a lot of the kids as they were headed to the bus stop and as they're getting into school this morning. It's this afternoon I am somewhat worried about over inland Broward and Miami-Dade because we are expecting those sea breeze storms to develop just like yesterday, just around 2 to about 4 o'clock. The rest of us in the metro coastal areas will be feeling temperatures in the triple digits. Right now we have temperatures in the low to mid 80s. Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Key West. It is a warm, humid start, but it is beautiful. This is a postcard picture. We've been seeing this almost each and every morning. Winds anywhere between 3 to 5 miles per hour. Dew points mid to upper 70s. Those feels like temperatures in the 90s in Miami, 87 degrees. In Fort Lauderdale, 97 muggy degrees in Key West. I do have a few showers trying to hold together. Let's zoom in and see if they are holding together for you, Monroe County, because earlier today, my in-house model, as I mentioned, right around 4:30, if you were watching, but you probably weren't because you were probably getting ready. We did have some showers popping up expected. Well, it's still offshore, but possibly Isla Mirada, Key Largo. The kids will be in school by then, in the next 15 minutes or so. So hopefully they'll make it through without any downpours. Where we've been dealing with widespread precipitation is the southeast and across the nation's midsection. That's where severe weather continues. Flooding across the southeast, Tennessee, and towards parts of Georgia and the Carolinas, and severe weather across the Dakotas and Minneapolis. For us, we have this ridge of high pressure dominating our atmosphere. It's providing for that ocean dry air to move in the upper levels of the atmosphere. But at the surface, you saw my in-house model does pull some showers in my morning hours across parts of the Keys. And then afternoon storms could clip parts of western US 27 and towards the Sawgrass Expressway, Pembroke Pines, Miramar, and Doral. But otherwise, we are seeing a mostly sunny, very hot day. Again, highs will be in the 90s, feeling like the triple digits. We could see anywhere between 102 to 105 degrees feels like temperatures. Going to the tropics, Tropical Storm Erin continues to spin over the Atlantic, expected to get fairly close to Puerto Rico and the northern Leeward Islands. So as it passes north of the island chain, they will have to deal with those outer bands. So possibly some gusty winds, some of the rain bands as we go into the weekend. And then you see it takes a direct north turn to the east, which will keep us safe here in the United States. Headed to the beach, low risk of rip currents for you beach goers, boaters. The bays will be smooth for you in the Keys, near shore waters at a light shop. 7-day forecast calls for highs staying in the 90s each and every day. Our next best chance of storms will come Tuesday of next week.
Good morning, South Florida. It is 7:50. It's Thursday morning. Let's take a look at your roads. I'm Annaliese Garcia with another traffic update for you. Let's take a look. You have 95 moving slowly in your northbound lanes. This is because you have a broken down car. There to your left, you can see those emergency vehicles, and they're telling you to veer to the right. Once you get past it, you aren't moving too slow, but it's definitely causing you some delays out there. This is at Northwest 135th Street, so Opa-locka Boulevard. You can see right here, that red right there is what you were just looking at. But once you get past it, things start to move a little bit better. 11 miles per hour is what you're seeing. You can take 441 if you'd like to avoid this. Let's take you over to an area in Broward County. We're seeing some delays. This is 95 going northbound just as you approach Sheridan Street. Not as bad as what we were just looking at, but definitely still moving slowly. Things going at 27 miles per hour. Also, you can take 441 in this area if you'd like to avoid this. Let's take you over to some drive times. Broward County, you guys are accident-free rather. You can take 595 going eastbound. It'll take you about 21 to 11 minutes to get you where you need to go. Andrew.
We have the 5 advisory and tropical storm Erin. Again, this is will be the first hurricane of the Atlantic hurricane season by Friday. It's moving west at 17 miles per hour. We're going to continue to track the system as impacts could be felt going into the weekend for parts of Puerto Rico and the northern Leeward Islands. More on all this coming up.
Thank you right now.
Yep, and it's back to the same weather forecast too. So nobody can really complain and say, hey, I didn't know this was going to happen, because this is our typical summer-like pattern. Live look outside, crystal clear skies, dry conditions. It's warm and humid out there. 84 is the air temperature in Miami, but it feels like a muggy 94 degrees with a relative humidity of 79%. As for you in Hollywood Beach, 83, but it feels like 92 with a relative humidity of 82%. Same for you in Fort Lauderdale. We have a temperature of 83, but it feels like 92 degrees. How about down in the Keys? Monroe County also feeling the effects of this warmth and humidity. It feels like temperature of 97 degrees. Now we do have some people are still on vacation, obviously not our kiddos here in South Florida. They're going to be enjoying the heat and the humidity as our winds are moving in from the east rather, and from the easterly component to the breeze, it's providing for the steamy conditions with our dew points. Everybody feels like temperatures are in the 90s except for Pembroke Pines, 88. So there are still 2 showers I'm watching about to push on shore by the Keys, but otherwise that's about it. Mostly dry conditions till the afternoon. Sea breeze storms do develop thanks to the peak heating of the day. The storms will be pushing well west, so the metro coastal areas mainly over the turnpike and eastward towards the coast will be mostly dry. Not dry for our friends across the south. We're dealing with that flooding again, and also some severe weather possible across the Dakotas. High pressure to thank for our weather pattern. It's providing for the drier air. So as you heard me mention, besides a few storms across parts of the Keys this morning into the afternoon, it's not until this afternoon we'll notice Broward and Miami-Dade could start to see some of those showers pop in. Just like yesterday, there was an isolated shower. There's about 3 of them over Weston and towards Sunrise and Sawgrass Expressway. I know you heard the lightning, rumbles of thunder. That continued for parts of the afternoon, and then by the evening hours, much of the storm coverage did stay well over the Everglades. So again, the school bus forecast, hot and humid as you're picking those kids up from school. Triple-digit heat is what it's going to feel like. Crank that AC. You're going to need it because it's going to be a hot one. Besides a few of those storms that could pop up in western Broward County, western Miami-Dade. 5 AM advisory on tropical storm Erin. The system has winds of 50 miles per hour. Now, our in-house model track has the system, again, like what the models have hinted. The forecast projected path has been pretty well in place, and our models have been pretty much in agreement since this storm actually started that the worst of the weather should stay away from the island, but they will have to deal with the indirect impacts of tropical storm force winds, rain, maybe even stronger storms, depending on how close the system does get. But all of that won't happen until the weekend. So if you want to head to the beach or do any boating today, low risk of footprints for beachgoers, 7-day forecast, highs in the 90s, feeling like the triple digits.
South Florida, we're taking a look at your roads here. This is going to start you off in Broward County. This is 595 going eastbound. You can see things are moving bumper to bumper, or very slow rather. This is just after the turnpike. So let's take you over to your maps. Things are real colorful because you have several areas across the board slowing down. Let's take you back to 595 where I was just showing you so you can see this pocket of red. The good news is once you get past it, you are in the green. It's not much of a delay for you there, not much of a big delay at least. 9 miles per hour is what we're seeing. Let's go a little further down south. This is 95 headed southbound. As you approach the Golden Glades interchange, you can see here near Ives-Zeri Road, you have a little pocket of red. It is quite congested, so I would take 441 if you are headed that way as part of your commute this morning. 836 Dolphin Expressway, you've got a lot of red. It's between the Palmetto Expressway and 95. You just are red across the board. Definitely take the Airport Expressway if you want to avoid moving at 9 miles per hour this morning on this, if this is part of your commute. Otherwise, put a really good playlist on to get you through that. Let me take you to some drive times. This is the Palmetto Expressway going southbound. Northwest 154th Street to the Dolphin will take you 40 minutes. I-75 to the Dolphin will take you 41. Be safe out there. Alexis?
All right.